And I think we are live. Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here with you today. I'm Flav from the Blockchain Game Alliance, and super excited. Like every time we have our demo day, because for those who don't know, the demo day of the BGA, it's really to invite our members to showcase their games or the platform or the services they have, just to go a little bit deeper into what they are building. It's always very exciting, and very exciting. Why? Because you should know that at the end of every session we're gonna have, so 4 sessions, you're gonna be asked a question, and you need to really be careful about what everyone would be saying in the presentation, because you could actually win a prize based on the speakers we have and the project we have. So super exciting, and I'm going to explain how it works, but definitely you're gonna find out after the first presentation. So without any further ado, Evidas from Pookie Games, very excited to have you show Scar Rush, who was launched very recently, as you said just before. So happy to have you, and the stage is yours.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having me. Let me just quickly share my screen. Basically, we just launched last week, and in fact, Scar Rush is a V2 of an older game that we had called Pookie, which maybe some of you might remember because my colleague Pierre had presented it last year. But yeah, essentially, this is now a mobile native game. It's a football prediction PvP game where you can convert your football knowledge into crypto rewards. And the concept is quite straightforward. You are predicting match scores, which allow you to earn points, and then you rank on the leaderboards, and the higher you rank, the better the rewards that you can earn. And the whole concept is that we want to try to be the best Web3 alternative to sports betting, because we allow people to have skin in the game while taking on zero risk. And I'll try to showcase you how with this demo. So when you download the game and you open it up, you will see you have 2 game modes. You have the free-to-play and you have the pro mode. The free-to-play is essentially just like a basic version of the game, which allows you to trial it out, understand the concept, maybe train a bit. But the real deal is the pro mode, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on today, because that's where you can actually earn cashable crypto rewards in a form of Rush. And Rush is our native token that we will be actually launching later in November. And basically, to have access to earn this token, you have to buy a league pass and become a pro. So how do you do that? We have all of the major football leagues to choose from, and you can, of course, choose more than one if you wish so. Let's say we go with the English League. So now you're presented with multiple rarities of the English League Pass, and we have 5 purchasable rarities. So you start with uncommon, then you go rare, epic, iconic, legendary, and then we have 2 more that are only upgradable as you level up through the game. So after legendary, when you reach the max level of legendary, you can upgrade into a mythic. And then when you reach the max level of mythic, you can upgrade into the best league pass that we have, which is called the ultimate league pass. And of course, the rarer the league pass, the more expensive it is, but also the more benefits it brings. So I'm not going to go into all of the details of the attributes that it gives, but to sum it up, essentially all of these attributes, they give you some kind of benefit in your prediction points that you get when you predict match scores. So let's say I'm going to go with the uncommon English pass right now. It costs 19.99 Scottish dollars. Scottish dollar is our in-game currency, which is essentially an equivalent of a fiat, and you can get it with an in-app purchase and essentially buy any items in the game with it. So to get the league pass, I'm going to order it, and then I can reveal it. So I'm going to check what attributes I have. First of all, when I reveal my league pass, I'm going to get a team within that league allocated on top of my league pass. So let's see, what do you get from the English league? Right, it's going to be Bournemouth. So the way it works is that when you predict matches within English league, whenever Bournemouth is playing, you will get an additional percentage boost for your prediction points, specifically when that team is playing. Now I can also reveal more pass attributes. So as you can see, whenever I guess an exact score, I'm going to get additional 2.64%. And also when I predict a general outcome, I'm going to get another 2.8% in prediction points. So let's see how does that work and how do I predict. Now, each week we have a match day, and match day consists of a number of matches, in this case, 10 matches. So let's see, Newcastle versus Man City, that's coming up this Saturday. The prediction is very straightforward. You just pick a score. And when you pick a score, you are essentially predicting two things. You're predicting which team is going to win. Is it going to be a home team, an away team, or is it going to be a draw? And you're also predicting an exact score. Both of these things, they have odds, real world odds that are translated into points. And of course, the more unlikely the result you predict, the more points you can get. But of course, you can also, it's a bigger chance you will get zero. So you choose your score, and then you also have something called booster, which is a new game mechanic that we just introduced. A booster is a consumable, a one-time use thing that you can apply on a single match. And the way it works is that it boosts a specific, it boosts points if a specific thing happens within a match. So for example, I can apply a home booster, which is going to give me 15% more points if a home team wins. And I can also apply an over booster, which is going to give me additional 14% boost if there's going to be over 2.5 goals in a match. So how do I acquire these boosters? When you buy a league pass, the league pass generates boosters every week. And the rarer the league pass, the more boosters you can get, and the better boosters you can get. So that's how every week you essentially build up your collection of boosters, and you have to strategically apply them to the matches that you think fit the best and that can potentially yield the best results. So let's say I apply these two on this match. As you can see, the points that I can potentially get have increased. So I simply confirm. And now this match is gonna be 1 second, it probably didn't confirm yet. Yep, 3-2. You can see it's in the play. I can apply also scores on more matches. And when you predict all of these matches, you will rank on a leaderboard. So when those matches happen, you can rank on a weekly leaderboard. This is the main leaderboard that we have called Match Day. And that's where all of the people that have a league pass of English League participate. Now we also have a monthly leaderboard, which is same concept, just longer time frame. You're also competing for prizes. And we have a seasonal leaderboard, which doesn't have rewards, but it's taking a whole season. And essentially, if you're consistent enough to get the most points, it's basically bragging rights that you're number one in the whole league. We also have something called Best Of, where you're competing only against the other league passes of the same rarity. And that gives you additional bonus reward if you are the best among uncommons, the best among legendaries, and so on. So what exactly are you getting rewarded with? As I mentioned earlier, it's a Rush token, our native token of the game that fuels the game economy. It's going to be exchangeable as an ERC20 token on Polygon, which we are launching later in November. And it has multiple utilities. Of course, when you win it, you will be able to cash it out, realize your gains, but also you can use it within a game. You can exchange it back into Scorage dollars with a 10% bonus, and then use Scorage dollars to buy more game items and build up your collection. You can also level up your League Pass faster, because when you get the League Pass, you can level it up. And when you reach the max level, you can ascend into a higher rarity League Pass, which is going to give you more benefits and more points when you predict matches. And in the future, you will also be able to purchase exclusive features and items that are only available through a Rush token. Yeah, so that's essentially what you can win. And one more thing I wanted to showcase. So we have currently three different categories of items. We have a league pass. That's, by the way, an NFT. So when you buy it in the future, you can also trade it with others, and you can sell it. But as long as you own this NFT, as long as you own a league pass, you are free to predict all of the matches in that league on ScoreRush. As I mentioned, you also have boosters that are generated every week, and you have something called team stickers. So how do you acquire team stickers? Whenever you predict matches, there's a chance you will hit an exact score. An exact score is like if you predict a 2-2 and it happens, that's when you get a team sticker of each team that played there. And a team sticker is a permanent boost, which gives you a percentage increase on points earned when that team is playing in any of the future matches in that league. So let's say if I predicted 3-2 on Newcastle against Man City, and that actually happens, I'm going to get one team sticker of Newcastle and one team sticker of Man City. And every time now Newcastle plays with anyone, there's going to be an additional percentage boost on points that I can get. So this is something that you can build up as a collection over time. And team stickers are also going to be tradable in a marketplace among players. So, we have football fans, they have favorite teams, and they want to collect maybe more of Man City team stickers. They can buy from others. They can also sell the ones they don't like. So it introduces another collectible angle within the game, but it also has utility because it increases your points. And lastly, we also have something called Rivals. So Rivals is basically a way to compete with your friends only or with your coworkers, where on the leaderboards, we have everyone that has a league pass and you're competing for crypto rewards. But with Rivals, you can just simply create your own private group if you want. And you can choose a league where you want to compete. And you can just predict scores with your friends and basically see who's the best among them. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Evidas. Love it. I just downloaded the game myself and definitely will try. So if you have, let me just remove.
Yep.
Perfect, you did it. If you want to send me in the private chat some links you would like me to share with everyone in the comment section, let me know. So anyone can actually download the game on mobile. So I can, everyone can try the game because, I do think it's a super exciting game. So super happy to have you and present the game. And you may have one question for everyone. Do you remember the question?
Yes, so I did mention the rarities of league passes. Do you remember which one is the rarest type of the league pass and how is it called on ScoreRush?
Awesome. So you in the chat, I see many people as usual coming from YouTube, but specifically for Twitter. I know it's not easy for everyone on Twitter to participate, but you can. You just need to reply back to the tweets or just comment the tweet of the live video. And I'm gonna just check on my side if I see any answers on Twitter, on X, but I'm going to wait a little bit just for everyone to participate, but you just need to answer the question that Evita just asked to everyone, and you could win a prize. So it's pretty good, especially when you see that the game is actually available for everyone. So giving you a little bit of a few minutes, actually enough for everyone, because we're going to go to the next speaker. Is going to be with Chris. Chris, super happy to have you here with us. He was quite a week last week, but today we are playing a little bit more. So here you go. The stage is yours.
Fantastic. Thank you, Flavien, and thank you for the BGA to have us yet again show a demo of our product. For anybody that doesn't know Dogami is at the crossroads of Pokemon and Paw Patrol. What we do is we deliver games based on our mystical dogs called Dogamis. And our first game is Dogami Academy, which is available now on the Google Play Store and on the App Store. It's completely free to play. So I'm going to run you through a quick demo and the quick onboarding of the update of the game that came out last week after 10 months of beta testing. So when we open the app for the first time, we're going to find ourselves in a race, and we've got one of the mentors of the Academy, Kareem, that's going to show us how we're going to play. So I'm going to skip this a bit, but basically what he's telling us is that we have 6 skills, and these skills are allocated to different obstacles in the races. So at the moment, we can see that we have 1 power at the bottom of the screen, the fish power stone, which is available for us to use. So at the moment, we can see that Caesar is not really good on balance obstacles. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch our swim power during a swim obstacle to do better. So I'm going to be prompted here to action the button so that I can action my mystical swim powers and get the lead of the race again. Problem is, Caesar's really bad at balance, like I said before. So on the end of the race, everybody's going to catch up, and I'm not going to end up in the position that I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up for the next race and make sure that I have all the right elements that I need. And Kareem's going to help me with this on the first go around. So we have active powers and passive powers. Active powers are powers that we can action during the race, and passive powers happen in the background during the race and are automated and are linked to the trainer and not the Dogami itself. So here I'm going to be prompted to action some active powers. So I'm going to take the swim again because that worked pretty well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my Dogami an additional relic as a trainer for those areas of balance in which I was not doing so well. So I'm going to grab a talisman of balance here, and this is going to help me get over those parts of the race that I was not able to get over before, and hopefully allow me to come into first position. So I'm in one of the mystical locations of Dogami here. I'm in Atlantis, but we have urban locations as well, like Paris, and more to come, like Seoul. So here I'm going to finally arrive to a balance. I'm going to use my talisman of balance here so I don't lose any speed compared to the competition. I'm going to come to the swim. Here I'm going to use my fish power stone again to successfully complete that obstacle. Then Caesar's pretty good at velocity, so we're good for here. And again, make sure that I really smoke the rest of the competition. I'm going to use my talisman of balance again. So these are the basic mechanics when it comes to racing. But what we have here is more than just a racing game. It's a management game as well, where we're going to have an array of Dogami. So I'm going to jump into my version of the game because we have some Dogamis that are a little bit more powerful. We've unlocked a few more powers and we've increased the skills a bit more. So I can go into my different Doga decks and I can select the different Dogamis that I want for a specific event. So I'm going to take Pisco because Pisco is quite a beast. And I can see here that in the shop, I've got a notification for something. So every day, we're going to have some free loot boxes for us to be able to get some different materials to upgrade our powers. So I'm going to open my loot box right now and see if there's any upgrades that I can do before I go into another race. So in my sphere, I got a little bit of soft currency. I got a little bit of hard currency. I got a consumable. Now that's Aquastar, so it's going to give me an increased boost on swim. And I got a training focus. Before I jump into a race, I'm going to use that training focus that I have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase velocity here. All trainings are away from keyboard, and the personalities of our unique Dogamis have an impact on the result. So my naive personality here has increased my opportunity to get a better result. So I'm just going to push that a bit further with our light Purina Doga snacks. And I'm going to launch the training. So training is launched. We've got a small kind of aura going around our Dogami. This means that away from keyboard for the next 2 hours, my Dogami is going to be training. But I can still use them if I want. So I'm just going to go farm a bit of materials in PvE. This is allowing me to race against bots. So I can either do an autofill, and that will fill in the powers that are required for me to be able to hit the track that's just above. If I want to be a little bit more strategic and really secure a win, I'm going to see that everything is color-coded to my 6 skills. So I've got a bit of balance, which is green. I've got a dual skill module of instinct and swim, which is purple and blue. I've got some velocity, which is yellow, and some more swim and blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to grab the best powers that I can use. I'm going to grab a little bit of swim, a little bit of instinct, and then the passive powers, I'm going to increase that velocity a bit because as we saw, that still needed training. And I'm going to get a swim warm up The swim warm-up tells me that after 25 meters, I'm going to get a boost on swim. So seeing the race above, I can see that 25 meters is exactly when I'm going to hit that swim module. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to grab a relic, bit of velocity, and a consumable. I can multiply my rewards. So I'm going to grab a ×3, so I can farm 3 times the amount of rewards that I need. And I'm going to start the race. And I'm probably going to smoke everybody here because Pisco is rather good. So I'm back in Atlantis. I wish I would have been in Paris because that's a pretty cool environment. So they're going quite quick on the balance beams, but I'm going to catch them up with the instinct here. And I'm going to use my 2 talismans right away on velocity. Wow, that Shiva is really fast. And then my swim to top it up, and booyah, first position. So this is going to allow me to get some more soft currency or some materials. So I got a little minor fire core, so that will affect my might. I got a water core that will allow me to upgrade my swim, and a bit of hard currency. And because I got a multiplier, I got 3 times the amount that I usually would have done. So let's see if I can upgrade a power now. And this is where I'm going to use my materials. So I see that I can increase my swim warm-up upgrade, and this is going to ask me for 240 minor water cores. So I'm going to go ahead, upgrade, and increase to level 3. Now, if I want to earn our ecosystem token, which is the Doga, I'm going to have to participate in events in PvP against other players. Oh, well, I'm already first on that one. I'm going to change Dogami then. Let's grab Great Dane here. Actually, let's get something with a lot of competition. So I'm going to grab Brew. Brews have a higher level, so I've got more events that I can go to. I've got the Grand Trial, because he's of a bronze variety. I've got a bronze trial, and also because that Dogami is from the Alpha collection, I also have an Alpha event that I can participate in. So I'm going to go ahead in the bronze trial so I don't get smoked too much. And here I can check at the top right the rewards distribution. So I can get some hard currency and I can get some game token as well. And I can't check the leaderboard yet because I haven't participated. So I'm going to participate real quick. I'm going to grab a consumable to give me an extra boost, and I'm going to launch the event.
Not in Paris.
Not in Paris again, right?
Again.
And we have a small bug at the moment because I'm not seeing the competition, which is a bit of a shame.
How many environments you have? So these one, Paris.
At the moment, we have 2 environments. We've got Atlantis and Paris, and we have Seoul and the pyramids of Giza, which are going to be coming soon. So for every, let's say, urban or realistic environment that we have, we'll have some more mystical, or let's say, allure-imbued environments as well.
Very cool.
So right now, I can see that I'm arrived 43rd. So I'm not doing too great on that event. There's 70 people competing in that competition at the moment. In the Grand Trial, there's 143, and these are classified by leagues. So these are all the leagues from level 26 to 29 that I'm competing in. So depending on the level of my Dogami, I'm going to be able to compete in others. What we have coming up, I've got a training that just finished here on Instinct. I'm going to see what results I reaped. So I got 600 skill points. This will increase quite substantially the level up to 144. So what we have coming up in the next few months, which is pretty exciting. Here's the basic info about our Dogami. So our powers, our skill levels at the moment, information on the collection, the personalities of the NFT itself. And then we have cosmetics that are coming soon with 3 slots of cosmetics, which are going to be auras, skins, and collars, and a total of 7 customization slots so that we can fully customize the way our Dogami looks and shine our personality through. Here as well, for all those that have a new Dogami, you can rename your Dogami once adopting him so that you can give him exactly, or her, the name that you want. We have missions that are coming soon. These are daily quests and weekly quests. And we've got a battle pass that's going to be releasing at the end of the year. that unlocks player progression instead of progression on your dogamis. So there's going to be 2 different ways that you can progress in the game, and that will be paired with more than 100 different pieces of cosmetics that you're going to be equipping once you unlock them through either the freemium or the premium version of the Battle Pass progression. It allows you to tackle all the different levels with the different dogamis that you have in your armada. So yeah, that's about us. You can always check out your events history and see the results that you've received and what you've unlocked thanks to your dogami. So we can see Pisco is doing quite well, but Pretzel is a bit struggling. And that's about us. As a whole, what we're trying to achieve here is not only bring a game that uses Web3 tools to its best efficiency, allowing you to use the different attributes of your NFTs in Race, but also make a game that's accessible to all, that favors the aspect of collection, that creates a bond with the different companions that you have in your armada, that allows for multiplayer, but basically that can be played for free-to-play players alike. The idea is that we make an app that's very simple, that allows Web2 players to discover the benefits of Web3 without having the friction of this blockaded entry point that we sometimes have. So we have the token as well that I mentioned before. So what you see here in green in the currency bar at the top of the screen is the Cosmo. Cosmo is the game token. It can be exchanged 1-to-1 directly on our marketplace with Doga, which is our token, ecosystem token. The token itself will allow you to vote for new features to be added into the game, but also features for Dogami as a whole, marketplace features. There is, for example, things like pet sitting that allow you to lend your Dogami to anybody. So I could directly lend Brew to Flavien here if he wanted, just by having his game account name, without having to connect wallets or anything. I just need his game account name, and it lends Brew to Flavien for the amount of time that he wants to play. And if he participates in any event, I can put a condition to say, listen, Flavien, you've been super cool. I'm going to give you 90% of rewards. I'm only going to take 10%, or you can do a 50-50. So the pet sitting feature is live as well. If you want to try the NFT loop, all you have to do is create a game account on dogami.com. You can rent any Dogami that is available completely free of charge and start the game itself and earn rewards, so that you can potentially soon purchase your own Dogami and reap all the rewards for yourself. That's it. That's about us. I think I kept it to 10 minutes.
You did it very well. Thanks a lot. And being a craft beer enthusiast, if you had to rent me Brew, I will be maybe the most happy, or the happiest of all. So yeah, definitely.
That can most definitely be arranged, Flavien. Give me your game account and I'll lend you Brew with great pleasure.
Actually, I think there are 2 reasons why you should be mad at me, which will be, first, I think I need to get back on the app very soon and train my my Dogami again. And the other thing is this, obviously, Chris, actually Dogami is built on a very specific IP as well. And I think it's super interesting to see what's happening at the Dogami side. I think you're building a very strong IP through the game, but through also these that I didn't read yet, but I will for sure. So Chris, I have a question for everyone, and I will make it appear on screen as well. So what is the question?
Fantastic. The question is, what is the difference between active and passive powers?
Here you go. So again, in the comment section, I will look at every answers, but also on Twitter. If you want to participate, you just need to comment on the tweet of the live, and I will make sure that you can claim the prize if you are the winner. So I'm going to wait a little bit. Chris, always a pleasure. Thanks a ton for
likewise.
The conversation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I will be back to you as soon as we have enough participations. But going to the next speaker from Aleph, Clément, happy to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Flavien, and also thank you very much to Blockchain Game Alliance. Sorry for having me today and for hosting this kind of demo day. It's super cool. unlike my co-host, I won't talk about game, but I will talk about infrastructure, which is quite important for games. So Aleph.im is a cloud, is a decentralized cloud, and we provide infrastructure for everyone from the DeFi sector, from the gaming industry, for basically anyone, even for the traditional kind of companies. And I will show you quickly how it works. It's super easy, super fluid, and you can basically host a website in a couple of clicks and seconds. So let me share my screen. So you will be able to see how all of this works. It should be this. Sorry about that.
No worries. As soon as I can see something, I'm seeing you sharing your screen. I just need you to go to the presentation and I will push to everyone.
Don't know if it's working now.
It's working. It's just like I'm seeing myself. That's all. I think you just need to go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
presentation.
Maybe it's better now.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah, be good to go.
Awesome. So as I was saying, so Aleph Cloud is an infrastructure platform. We are chain agnostic, so we support basically any chain. The most recent one is Base. And it works on nodes that anyone can run at home or from a facility. If you're a big company, if you want to support us, for example, we work with Ubisoft. They manage their own nodes, for example, and we are also working closely with them on their latest game, which is Champions Tactics. So there's quite a lot of techie information here, but I will go directly to our cloud platform, which is called 26 Cloud. So I will show you a quick demo on how to host a website first, and then I will explain you the different kind of other solution we provide for also game studios. I think the web hosting is the most easy to go feature because it can be used by anyone, like even non-tech people. It's super easy, super fluid. You just need a wallet, a couple of tokens, and you're basically good to go. So I'm using Wallet Connect because I don't have a proper wallet on this computer. Then I will just connect myself and see I'm in. So here I can see the dashboard where I have all the solution I use. So I'm mostly using the websites feature, and to host a website is pretty easy. You go to the Web3 hosting service, you click on manage, and here you can see all the websites I have. So let's create a website. You can choose your framework, for example. So we have different kind of framework supported, but you can basically use any framework. I will use Next.js. Then I just need to upload a website. So for that, I will go to the BGA demo day, and here I have my files. So it's composed of an HTML page, a script, and a CSS. And I select it, import it. Here we go. Then I can create a name, for example, so BGA demo day, a tag, so I can find it quite easily in all the folders. If you already have a domain name, for example, so if you have the dogami.com domain name, you can just add it here. Or if you have an ENS, you can also do it. you check out the payment. So here you can see that for less than 1 megabyte, you have like 50 Aleph to pay. Just to be clear, these tokens are not consumed. You just need to hold them in your wallet, meaning that when you're done with your website, when you don't need it anymore, you can just sell your token and get back your money. So basically, it's kind of free hosting if you want. We have another payment solution, which is the pay as you go. You can click here if you want, but right now you can just have it on your wallet. So you create the website. Oh, okay. So I'll just create the BGA like this. And it should be good. So I just need to sign on my wallet. And here I can see that the operation is complete. So I have the storage for the files, obviously, and here the website. So we just need to go to the BGA here, click there, and it's a bit, it can be a bit complicated for anyone, but you can see your address. So if you don't have, sorry, a domain name, we will randomly generate one for you. You can use your ENS instead, for example. Then you can see here. And if you click there, you can see your website, hello world, host your website in 10 seconds using 26Cloud and aleph.im. It's as simple as that. So it's for a website hosting. Regarding more techie and more complicated stuff, we have computing related products, function instances, and the most recent one is the confidential virtual machines, which are the most secure and private virtual machine that you can find in the whole market so far, and I'm quite proud of it. We are the only cloud provider that provide this kind of virtual machine. It's fully encrypted both on hardware and online, and they are using AMD CPUs. And you're also the storage here. So you can just, as you can see, have the storage. So if you want to store your family pictures, for example, if you want to store, and this is really important, if you are a student and you don't want to lose all your files, or if you are, I don't know, like, you can store anything you want. And we have a couple of different tools as well, the VRF, which is really important for game applications, which is the verifiable random functions that make sure that all the assets in games are fully generated randomly, meaning that the game is not, the game producer, the editor is not kind of cheating, or anyone else is cheating. And also the indexing framework, which provides indexing on the blockchains for any application. As I said, it's fully chain agnostic. So far, we provide payments directly on Ethereum, Avalanche, and Base. And we are soon launching new payment we are soon launching payment on new chain as well. And as I said, you have 2 tiers. You either hold the tokens on your wallet, so you can keep it and sell it, or you can consume the tokens and it will go directly to a node provider. You can also choose your node provider, and yeah, this is as simple as that. And you can always find all the information on your dashboard. It is fully decentralized, meaning that we don't have access to your data. We don't track your data. We can't have access to your data. And it's a kind of great alternative to the traditional AWS or Google Cloud platform solutions. I think I have a explain it all. I don't know if I'm on time, Flavien, or if
Yeah, you have 1 or 2 minutes more. We have a question as well in the audience if you want to answer that later as well. So it's
yeah,
up to you if you have other things to show.
I can answer the question. I can answer the question.
Okay, so let me grab it for you. It's hi, if I set an ENS for domain, will it be reachable like any domains, or is it IPFS or something else?
So we do IPFS pinning, but for example, here on this case, you just need to put your ENS, and you will have the ens.it.limo, and it will be the domain, the full domain name. But you can reach it through IPFS as well, as we do IPFS pinning.
Awesome.
I hope it answered the question. And just to, and finish with all of that, because this is the SaaS solution. Just talking quickly on the infrastructure. So we have two kind of node, as I said. We have the core channel node that manage the whole cloud, and we have the compute resource node that provide computing directly to the cloud. And I will show you rapidly both. So we have staking for that. You stake your token on a node and you get rewarded for that because it helps maintain the cloud and decentralize the cloud. So the more nodes we have, the more decentralized it is. So basically we have like around 100 million tokens staked between node providers and stakers, 114 core channel nodes, so the nodes that manage the cloud, and around 714 compute resource node that, again, anyone can run there is. So for example, I mentioned Ubisoft earlier. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Clément. Really appreciate that. Like, obviously, always enjoy seeing some games and demo of games, but I think it's super important that we actually also have these kind of demo of the platform and go beyond the product that you're selling, but go to the back office of everything you could show. So I really appreciate you give some visibility about that, and it's super interesting. In a nutshell, will you agree, for anyone trying to understand decentralized cloud, why decentralized cloud? It will be privacy, security, cost effective. Is it correct, or do I miss anything?
It's one of the most will depend on most of the. For me, is
it seems like we're having a difficulty to reach you. I think it's lagging a little bit, but so we tried to ask the question again after that and see if it works better, but I think it was lagging on your side. So no problem with that. I'm gonna help you with the following minutes. I'm gonna just take your question and I'm gonna ask the question to everyone at the same times. One question for you, Chris. I don't want to put any pressure on you. I could be the one to decide. Either I would decide on the winner based on how quick he was to respond, so the first one, or I need to put everyone in the basket and just run not a VRF because I don't have the money for it, but any random activity you want me to use. What should I do? What do you suggest? Are you on mute, Chris?
It's going to be complicated to answer your question if I don't unmute myself. Yeah, I would go for speed, maybe.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I would have done the same, to be honest. So thanks again for that,
Make it
Razi.
fair.
And I think it's the good answer. Let me know, but active power is you press in the race and passive work without being activated. Perfect. So Razi,
Rosie, you're focused. It's good.
congratulations. I'm gonna show a link when our next speaker will be speaking, and I just need you to fill out the form, and we're gonna put you in contact with the wonderful Dogame team to claim your prize. So congrats again, and yeah, I will send you the link very, very soon. And for you, Clément, I don't know if you're back with us. Let
Yes.
me know. I just need also to take your question if you want to ask the
Yeah.
question to everyone. Here
Sure.
it is. Here you go.
Yeah. Just to answer back the question
ahead.
you asked, so yeah, it's fully private, fully decentralized, and secure. So these are the main, the most important thing to us. The fact that no one can have access to it. If you store your data, if you store anything on AWS or Google Cloud, in some ways they might have access to it because it does not belong to you. And the question I'm going to ask is, what is the last chain we have added on 26 Cloud, meaning the last chain we are supported on 26 Cloud to run any application?
Yeah, and you could see a lot of clues within the presentation of Clément, so definitely not a hard one. So thanks again, Clément, for everything.
My pleasure.
It was super interesting. And going back to you based on the answers we're going to have, but before that, super happy to have you, Alex, with us to present Code Maestro. So the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, guys, nice to meet you, and thanks guys for having me here with you. With my closing demo, we will touch upon another, as you just referred to that as an infrastructural part of the process, not the products we build, not the games, but the tools that help us do that. So my demo would be about that, and I will also bring a bit of AI to our conversation, because the Code Maestro product is all about is about being AI copilot for game developers. So I'll be very quick, and hopefully will provide some interesting insights for you. So it all started as the internally incubated project within iLogos Game Studio, when we were trying to figure out the ways to speed up our developers internally. There were different use cases we were struggling with, especially onboarding new developers to the large projects that we currently work with, many others. It all started as our endeavor to help them, and right now it's ended up into the very promising AI assistant that is tailored for game development industry and helps developers actually during their coding, with their coding tasks, project navigation tasks, and all things related to their development process. Two things to remember and to focus on while I'm saying, I will put it in front of you right away. We derived our initial use cases to tackle from our core beliefs, which are actually two of them. The first one is, well, there are definitely a couple of existent AI assistants already in the market, right? But what they all are currently missing, and what's really crucial in many cases, real world scenarios, when you are working on a real world development problem, is true awareness of the whole project, which might be quite complex and large code base. True awareness of the whole code base, and not just the source code itself, but also the additional assets of the project, as well as the architectural approaches, which might not be that trivial to distill from the code base. So true awareness of the whole thing, which is your project, is the really missing part that many existing tools are missing. Another thing that we truly believe is that the really helpful AI assistant should for developers should be really industry focused, and as long as you provide it with the industry specific capabilities. So in our case, we started with training and fine tuning this model on Unity development related questions for Unity developers who build their games based on the Unity platform. So that industry focus and the fine tuning on the industry specific tasks is something that really helpful to boost the performance of the model to solve particular things. So having those two pieces in mind, let me switch to the demo and show you some so far very basic, very simple use cases we've started, but however, that's just the beginning. I will also give you some ideas about where are we heading to right now. So you can imagine to assess those use cases, the persona of a new developer who just recently joined the game project. However, he is being assigned very particular tasks right away, so he's struggling to figure out his way to work with them. So I have a demo game here that's a racing game, and let's say that my virtual developer is assigned to work on some extensions for the vehicle system and the vehicle simulation, vehicle physics simulation features. But he has no clue on how it's actually implemented in the project and where should he start exploring that. So I'll ask the code maestro just to provide me an overview of the vehicle simulation feature. Well, I don't actually understand and know where it is right now in the project, so I'll be looking for the feedback from the system. Otherwise, alternatively, I'll have to go to my teammates or my team leader to figure out that thing or explore the code base manually. So what happens is the code maestro has access, as I say, to the entire code base, and is able to distill from all these sources the key files and key classes that are responsible for that process, which might be quite simple in some cases. It might be more non-trivial in others. So in this case, we received quite a comprehensive breakdown of different components and different classes grouped by those components responsible for different subsystems of that vehicle simulation. So let's wait for the answer to finish. We can move forward and ask a follow-up, particularly about a particular thing that was not really mentioned here. For example, I am interested in managing the player inputs and how they are converted into the forces that move vehicle forward. So I'll ask which class is responsible for that. Well, again, depending on the naming, I can do my job finding this myself. However, in many instances, it might not be that trivial to just get it from the project structure and from naming. So let's see what it returns that move the vehicle. I'll ask the question. I'll be waiting for the feedback from system. Again, it has access to the whole thing, so hopefully it's going to find pick the right one. Yeah. Okay. Well, in this case, it was quite straightforward. It also emphasized a particular component that will be used for storing the inputs, which is not that trivial in terms of the naming and the file location in the file hierarchy. So that's really helpful. Well, let's proceed with more comprehensive questions. I have some prepared questions here. So I have another question already asked and received an answer from Code Maestro. Another exploratory question from our junior developer. Let's say, how is server connection working in the project? Which is quite generic question with no really clues inside the question into which files to look into. And again, Code Maestro does a decent job finding the right components of the system responsible for that part. If I'm working on a particular task related to extension of data retrieval between through the network between the client and the server, it can also generate me a nice snippet based on the existing implementations in the project, how this change might be implemented, and explain this. Let's move on to some more complex things. Well, not more complex, just different use cases. I might be looking for help for a particular development task. Again, this one might be a bit more simple. So here I'm focusing on a different project, which is a fighting game, and I'm trying to figure out the way to connect two modules, two classes to complete a specific task that requires integration between the replay system of the fight with the model responsible for the user dialogues. I want to replace them as well. It provides me with instructions on how their methods might be integrated between each other, and provides a simple implementation of that, which is helpful. I can go on and ask some other questions. Let's say I want to explore let me just refer that. Well, yeah, some network issues. Well, we covered actually the most of the cases. One more I wanted to share with you was related to the refactoring task. So it can also handle the changes in existing code, figure out the non-suboptimal solutions, not just in one class that's just in front of you, but also referring to the adjacent parts of the code. So that's really helpful. I promised you to give you some ideas about where are we heading to. So we are expanding definitely, because the current offering is more tailored to the junior developers, just setting off with the project and doing some simple stuff, navigating across the project. We are now focusing on more complex tasks not handled by actually any existing AI assistants for developers, which are complex end-to-end development tasks which require refactoring or implementing a change that affects plenty of different subsystems and models and components of the game, which is really a challenge, because you need to identify all the implementations that are affected. You need to develop the plan for implementing that modification firsthand, then proceed with changes. It might be affecting hundreds of files, which is tough for human, non-achievable for existing AI tools in the market so far. So that's a focus we are having right now to help with those complex tasks. You can also think about the tasks of porting the game from one platform to another, which might be also a headache in many instances. So that's another use case for that complex code understanding, whole code base understanding and processing. So this is pretty much it from my side. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Alex. I think time-wise, we are very good. I think the thing I will do is I'm not going to ask you to ask the question, because the question will be an early access to the project, and I will suggest any members, BGA member, who would like to have an early access, one, maybe more, you will decide, but one access was actually the price. Any member who want to have this access, please come back to me and I will do the introduction with the team. Because of the time, and I really value your time, have a look in the private chat, Alex, because a very cool question from Chris from Dogami for you specifically. So a good way for you to sync with each other and maybe trigger a conversation. But you have a question based on what you show. So I would have loved to ask the question to everyone, but I think based on the time, it is going to be a little bit just. So have a look at the private chat, and maybe an occasion for you to sync and decide on a meeting you could set up together. And just before we leave, Pistolas, for the last question, actually for the question from Clement for Aleph, it was actually the good answer, base. So congratulations. I'm going to ask you to do the same as Razi. You have a form. I've shared the link of the form in the channel. You just need to fill out the form, and we're going to make sure you can claim your prize. So again, congratulations. On time, it was perfect. Congratulations to everyone. Wonderful speakers today, and super interesting things we saw. And I wish you a very good what day we are, Thursday. So very good Thursday for every one of you, and very good end of the day for some of you as well. So thanks again, guys, for being here with us today.
Thank you,
Flavien.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
BGA.
Bye bye.
Thank you.